Hey all, Russ here, RVerTV. Welcome. Check it out. We're cruising right through Cottonwood, Arizona. This is Old Town here. Had a fun couple days exploring around Jerome, Clarkdale, took the train ride. So gonna cruise up through Sedona, up through the Red Mountains, all the way up to Flagstaff. Gonna visit a mansion up there. I thought that'd be kind of fun today. It's early morning as usual. Sun's just getting up. Cottonwood is a busy little town. A lot of people live around here anymore. They got the stores here, wineries, breweries, all of it. Ton of history too. All right, let's do a couple miles. We'll get on over to Sedona. All right, this is 89A. We're gonna cut up through Sedona, then take it all the way up to Oak Creek Canyon. One pretty ride. This is probably one of my favorite drives when I'm out this way in northern Arizona. It's very, very pretty. Oh, look what I see over the horizon. Balloons, hot air balloons. I was talking to a gentleman back at the RV park last night, and they were telling me how many hot air balloons they see out this way. And guess what? I see two right there. That's those little dots. Well, maybe we can stop and film them. I know they fly around those areas quite often. Plus, there's all kinds of free camping. There is dispersed camping along this stretch of road as well. You can free camp out here. Looking at the phone, it looks like there's a pull-out, a rest area. Should be almost up here. It says scenic view on the phone. Oh wow, look. Oh my goodness, there's one, two of them. They are low too. They're getting ready to land, I bet. Oh, we gotta stop. What do you think? Heck yeah. And here's our little rest area. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. Finish my coffee and watch some balloons float by. There's two more. One, two. I bet there's more than that too. All right. This ought to be cool. Must be hiking trails or something around here too. pretty. There's the mountains of Sedona way off. We're up in elevation a little bit. But these balloons, they're all over the place. Well, just wait a little bit. Like there's one. I bet they'll fly right over top of us. They're carrying a few people in that big old basket. You can hear the propane burner going. He's landing on the other side of the road. They always have chase vehicles, so they must have a landing area over there. They're going right over top of the highway. Well, we'll just sit here a while, see what we can find, huh? This ought to be cool. There's the mountains, sun's coming up. Should catch some good colors too. All right, this ought to be good. They're getting closer. They're landing just on the other side of the road. I don't know. To me personally, I like both feet on the ground. Especially when you got a balloon with a propane tank and a flame. But that's just me. That hill drops off over there. It looks like they're below ground level, doesn't it? Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I camped out here a few years ago on the opposite side of the road, right up there about a mile is where all the dispersed camping is. Sure looks close to that highway though, doesn't it? They are low. Flying low. Oh my goodness, guess what? Look at this one. It's gonna come right over top of us. Oh, this is gonna be good. A lot of traffic noise. I don't know if the camera is picking up the propane burner kicking off. Keep them things floating. Must be a company that does this. Offers rides. Oh, he's coming in low too. My goodness, he's dropping. No way is he gonna land here, is he? There's a few people in that basket. Look how low he's getting. He's going right for that tree. Oh my goodness. Wow! He brushed that tree. I can't believe I'm seeing this. And he's going right towards the highway. He better get that thing up in the air. My goodness. Now he's going up a little. He brushed them 2 trees with all them people in the basket. Now he's rising up. That made me a little nervous. I thought we were going to see a balloon wreck. You know, those things don't have brakes or anything on them. Wow. There he goes. All right, now he's getting over the traffic. I don't know if that was planned. I'd be having a serious talk with that pilot when I landed. My goodness. Now he's going up. Well, never know what you're gonna see, huh? My goodness gravy. That's something. Well, we'll get in a van. Maybe we'll head over there. We can find one of them guys landing or something. I want to get it rolling too. We got a few miles to get up Flagstaff. I still can't believe that balloon brushing across the top of them trees. You know, that's just a basket. A branch could stick right through that basket. Now he's going straight up in the air. Look at that guy. Huh. Well, that would make up my mind never to get one of them things. I think I ought to stay on the ground and film it. What a cool place to see these balloons, though. This is perfect. There they are. Now they're dropping down. That's a landing area or something. All these balloons, they got trailers, usually vans and cars, chaser cars on the ground. They'll come get the balloon and the people and all that. I bet them people had a thrilling adventure there. Well, looks like that one's just now landing. He's pretty close to the road too, isn't he? And this is it. This is where the camping is. It's all dispersed camping back in here. You can camp for free, I think 14 days. There's other areas, both sides of the road. I stayed out here a few years ago for a night or two. It was cool. And you're so close to Sedona. Oh yeah, he landed. He's sitting right on the pavement. Well, let me park here. See what they're gonna do. Looks like they got one of their chaser cars there. Pretty balloon. That's neat design on it, isn't it? I moved the van. They're gonna drop the balloon right there. Wow. Them things are huge, aren't they? They're walking the basket down the pavement. Gonna drop the balloon here, it looks like. Well, I wasn't expecting all that this morning. That was fun. Alright, we're going to cut through Sedona, up Oak Creek Canyon, get on up to Flagstaff, find that mansion. That mansion's supposed to be, I don't know, close to 100 years old. Made out of logs, I guess, something. I was reading about it online, should be kind of cool. And we're getting into Sedona, very, very high-end town here. Known for its health, zen, all the red rocks. A lot of dark sky community here. Very expensive, high-end real estate. You're above the desert heat, but it can still get pretty warm here. You can get up 90s, even 100. Nights would cool off here, though. It's just so pretty. The mountains and everything. First time I ever came up here was probably 30 years ago. It sure wasn't like this. It was pretty small. Even back then, it was still high-end. Just unique. People come here from all over the world. Big old red mountain right there, though, isn't it? I'd like to have that for your view every morning. Alright, we're getting close to downtown. We're going to cut through Old Town. Continue on 89A up here. The famous roundabouts. They got a bunch of them here. If you took this 179 up here, it would drop you down through the village of Oak Creek. Bell Rock and all that. I've filmed that before. We're not doing that today. And one more roundabout. This should cut us up through Old Town. Now up here, when we go up through Oak Creek Canyon, there's a lot of campgrounds. Mainly tent camping, not for big RVs, because that is very narrow up in there. Alright, here's Old Town with all the shops. Parking is a premium. I've never had much luck here with parking. In a car, you'd be fine. In the van, it's a different story. 89A North. Yep. Similar style, single story buildings, same color. Very, very uniform, I guess. Look at that beer truck. He can barely unload there. Just a tight town. All right. here's our last little roundabout. Look out the rear cam. Say so long, Sedona. There's a couple RV parks. It's unique. Definitely worth a visit if you've never been here. Fast-paced road. I'll film what I can. I'll just keep the cameras rolling. We'll just enjoy a little scenery. We got about, I don't know, 20 miles to get up through here. There's an overlook where you can overlook back towards the entire canyon. Once we get up top of the mountain, I'll stop up there. Off to the right down below would be Oak Creek. Should be a big old bridge coming up pretty quick. Pretty dry. We haven't had much rain this year. Everything's dry in the mountains and deserts in Arizona. There's the bridge. You can see a little bit of it. Parking there for the hiking trail. You can see it's limited. If I ever had a Jeep or something like that, I would definitely come back in here. Because some of these dirt roads, you can get way up in the mountains. That'd be perfect. Wow, there's a ton of traffic this morning. Alright, we'll just keep rolling. Definitely want to bring your fishing pole and gold pan if you go to any of these little campgrounds. It's all primitive, no hookups, most of these places. They're always full. They're hard to get into. And here's a couple little buildings, little stores, gift shops, that kind of thing. More camping, cabins, even the fire department there. They have flood warnings and sirens and stuff through here because it's a canyon. Heavy rain, it's a wall of water, that creek will flood. I really can't slow down too much because I got cars behind me. It's fast paced. More camping, mobile homes, actually trailers. That Slide Rock Park should be right up here. Here it is. Look at the cliffs on those mountains. That is just straight up. This park, the creek runs through it. You can swim in it. I stopped there once before. It was okay. It's a state park, Arizona State Park. Right there it is. And this bridge where we cross the creek is down where they swim. You can walk down to along the rocks and get in the water. There you can see that cliff going straight up. What formations, huh? Great place for families. You can camp there too, Slide Rock. I just can't believe this traffic this morning. Normally it isn't quite this bad on this road. Maybe because it's early. They're all going to work. Okay, we're about out of the canyon. We're gonna wind up the mountain. Then up top I'll stop at that overlook. For more information on my travels, be sure to check out my website, RVerTV.tv. There you can sign up for free newsletter. Put one out twice a month now. We got articles, pictures, new guides coming out, places to stay out when you see stuff in the videos, some of the travels, also previous videos, info, and up and coming as well. Plus we got a merch shop, Armchair Traveler Series is out. If you get a mug, send us a picture of you holding a coffee mug. We got something called mug shots. We'll put your picture in the newsletter if you're up for it. Also, we have Where Do You Watch RV or TV? Send a shot of you watching the videos on your TV, wherever you're at. Your home, RV, cabin, anywhere. Like to see it? It's always fun. Once again, it's RVerTV.tv, which helps support the channel and future videos just like this one. Driving this epic, beautiful Oak Creek Canyon Road 89A, and I appreciate it very much. Alright, we should be up top shortly. Alright, made it. The air is so fresh up here. It just smells like pine. Like a big pine scent. There's a pathway we'll walk down. We can see down through the canyon where we just drove up that windy little road. There are some little sports cars passing, heading down like Porsches or something. That was cool. They allow vending here for the Native Americans. They usually sell their jewelry and stuff here. Air's thin, hard to breathe. Yeah, it's not too much farther. Right up here is the view. We're not that far from Flagstaff, just a few more miles. Snow country. It gets snow here. We didn't have that much this year, so it's not too bad. Sure.
Thank you. It's the $1 million shot.
There's the road, see it? All the switchbacks. We just came up through there. I always like stopping here. Then there's the canyon. Pretty narrow, isn't it? Don't realize it when you're way down there at the bottom. And a little info on the canyon walls, the colors. Just like they painted it on there, doesn't it? Alright, well, we say one last look. It's a ways down there. Then we'll get on up to Flagstaff. I'm kind of anxious to see what that mansion is. Something new. I never knew it was there. As many times I've been through that town. Okay, we're at 6,400 feet elevation and 12 miles to Flagstaff. And Sedona was about 18 miles back the other way, where we just came from. You can see they got all the restrooms and everything here.
Yeah, I tried one. I thought they tasted like chocolate, but they don't.
Red Rock Trails. You can see the map of the canyon here. What a big area it covers. Speaking of big canyons, we're going to be heading up to that Grand Canyon soon too. Neat stop. You always see a ton of people up here. Well, Flagstaff, it's a lot cooler up here in Phoenix, Tucson, all of southern Arizona. They flock up here every weekend. Do skiing on the slopes. Even in the summer, it's just a cool getaway. A lot of tourism and all that up here. Camping and all that good stuff. A little cooler here than it was down in Sedona for sure. Almost need a jacket. Lots of trees. Fire danger. They always have fires up here too. Okay, we're getting close up here. We're gonna pick up I-17 just for a couple miles. Take us on into the big town of Flagstaff. It's a big park off to the left. That's where that expo was last year for van building and all that. Okay, we need to stay to the right. I can see that busy interstate. If you headed south on 17, it'd take you straight into the big mega city of Phoenix, Scottsdale, all them places down there. They're already getting 100-degree days, even in April already. Unusual. Even all the snow's gone up here too. Should have a little snow left. There's our first look. Those peaks, that's San Francisco Peak Mountains. That's Flagstaff's signature right there. Those big mountain peaks. That's where all the skiers go. I think they call it Snow Bowl, something like that. And this is I-40 interchange here. After we go see the mansion, I'm gonna get on I-40. Gonna go to Williams, spend the night over there, and then maybe we'll head up to that big canyon called the Grand Canyon. Wow, now you can really see the mountains. Definitely snow-capped. Flagstaff anymore is a metropolis, college town, all kinds of students. A lot of people live here. Route 66 cuts through here as part of the old route. Ton of history. What made me look at this on the maps, I'd never spotted it before this mansion. It's in the middle of some of the highest end real estate in the world, and there's 5 acres. That's a state park right in the middle of town. Go figure. And they saved it. Incredible. So it's worth a stop. Reviews on Google are great. Up here where the university and everything is, all their buildings. Should be interesting, I hope. Well, I think I'm on the right street. The phone says so. Oh, here it is. It is there's a big old parking garage. All these university buildings and everything, and look at this. A cute little park. And there it is. Wow. An old mansion. It's old. Well, want to check it out? Heck yeah. Let's do it. They used to own 60 or 70 acres. The families donated over time back to the town. These guys, they were the lumber mill tycoons. Is this building original?
It is, yeah. It's the original six-car garage fourth mansion.
Wow.
So these were the original like bay doors right here. We're kind of looking at the back side of the house right now.
Look at those logs. This building is original. This was their garage. The garage is a mansion. You have to take a guided tour, so I can self-tour the outside and in here. We'll go inside, I'll do it, but I don't know how much video I can get. But these guys built Flagstaff, the lumber mill. Horse-drawn sleigh. 'Cause you get snow here by the feet. Total winter here. All dressed up with their hats. That's what it looked like before a city was built around it. What amazes me, they're saving this. The town hasn't gobbled it up. Bet they wanted it to, because right in the middle of the university and the city here. My goodness. Well, got about 10 minutes before we get inside. Walk around the outside. All the way back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Those logs are massive. Just that garage alone. Oh my goodness. That thing would be $1 million structure on a big old property anymore. Just those logs. Well, we'll walk around like they used to. Wonder if it's haunted. Heck yeah. Oh my goodness. Get a different angle here. Stone archways and windows in the patio. Or porch, whatever you want to call it. Well, to be in the lumber business back then, they built all the bridges out of wood, railroad trestles, just anything and everything would have been wood. Nice stone walkways. Almost looks like two homes connected, doesn't it? One on each end. Trees are just now budding out with leaves. Spring's in the air. That fence is nice, all logs just laid out like that. And there's another stone archway. Alright, well, head back. That tour ought to start pretty quick. Must be a fountain. I'll be darned. Something like this is priceless. Thank goodness they didn't turn it into like a lodge or a hotel. They're actually saving it. Well, with it being a state park too, they get all the state funding. Pretty cool. Alright, well, let me go see about getting inside.
In one of the largest duplexes in the world here. Each wing is 6,000 square feet. This room we're in right here is 1,000 square feet. So for 1904, that was 13,000 square feet. This house had indoor plumbing. It had hot and cold running water. The electricity is original throughout the mansion, and each wing had its own coal burning furnace. In here, they built this big, magnificent fireplace out of our local malachite rock, this in Flagstaff. And the eagle is one of those things that we know nothing about. Yes, it is a golden eagle, And, it shouldn't be 75 cents a piece. Value of it now is, of course, pretty priceless. It is set up for a French billiards game, not utilizing the pockets, but if you wanted to play regular pool, the wooden shorter rails are in the box on the floor over there. You take the long ones out and put the short ones in, and the ball actually goes down into the pockets. The buttons up there, that's scorekeeping for the different pool games, just like on TV when they.
You just use your cube.
To cue, that's right. The Riordans love the outdoors. Love, love, love the outdoors. Anything to be outdoors. Hiking, camping, fishing, picnicking, anything. They pick up pieces of wood like that, take them to the mill, have the men at the mill make something out of them so they could utilize them. The big shoes on the left of the fire.
Something of these.
Yes.
There's a name for that type of.
Pinwheel.
Pinwheel. I have something like that at home.
Yes, that's those are not original, but very common. When you traveled in the early 1900s, you typically went by steamship. The room you're walking into would have been two.
That would be a nice perk,
Are we
wouldn't it?
gonna go into this room from another way?
We can't go in this way.
So what was this room? It's
It
like
was
a nursery?
because the nieces, the most fashionable things from Chicago too.
The Riordans traveled,
Yeah, that's
so this was a comfortable room for them to be in. This is the first house that Tim and Carolyn lived in before they built the mansion. They actually added on to it twice. I love the pictures of the ladies out hiking around in their corsets and lace-up boots and long dresses. I just think those are amazing. And the picture to the right of the door is the three granddaughters out at the playhouse where you park your vehicles.
Well, and look at the wooden wheels on the skates. Well, they look like wood, I don't know.
Do you know why they're wooden?
Because it didn't have good rubber at that time? No. Or troublemaker.
That's you. You're the troublemaker.
Hard to film. I'm just focusing on the rooms best I can. Original old building, wallpaper, floors. It is two homes connected for the two brothers.
Come here quite often, so.
They lived in this clear up into the 60s, I guess. Some of the family are kids.
Do they have to worry about holes like that?
Oh, yeah.
Because if it rained,
But
wouldn't that?
as long as you fix the leak up
Yeah.
there.
From the other side.
What a good idea. They're very innovative. You know, I don't see the red box anymore. Is there another room that the red box might be in?
It's probably the other side. Oh, idea who put these in. It is Kokomo glass.
Huge dining area, custom cabinets,
Know who put them in.
stained glass above the windows.
Carry on the arts and crafts motif.
Even had its own inside fountain.
Get to the West House, they look very similar. We would have no reason to distinguish except letters between the cousins that say the East House is.
It seems like this piano was in a different location when we've been.
Yes, and there used to be a long table, and it had, those like, viewfinders, they had.
Oh.
Yes, there was a table, and it was like a long,
Well,
it was different, they moved it.
the piano was never in this location.
Right.
It was in that corner.
And there was a long table that had some.
But, the red.
At that time.
Is this a piano or is this?
What a table and a chunk of wood it took to make that thing.
I think that's this, that's that piece, this chair.
Yeah.
Oh, and then, oh,
Well.
we have lots of broken
Oh, yeah.
pieces.
The electrical, I would guess.
I guess we can't pull it out to see if it has a
No,
place to
you
plug it
can't.
in.
Well, we don't know.
And it's okay.
They come in that back gate by carriage and horse and park.
That's
by-
cool, having a porch swing by your fireplace in your living room.
That's called a mapdoor. Very typical in arts and crafts homes. This is another, and that's his dad and mom.
I think Caroline was probably the prettiest of them all.
Which is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but I think when I looked at the pictures, I think she's pretty.
Yes.
How about that kind of takes us back in time?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Save food, don't waste it.
Excuse me. Tall Tim was administrator for Arizona.
Well, what family and legacy?
Food administration.
All their kids, over time, it's all been donated back to the town,
Because they had to wrap.
which they almost lost this place. The state took it over.
The work in this state is food administration.
They've had water damage in here now. They're repairing it. So they're saving history, thank goodness. What a structure. Who would know? You never know what you're going to find unless you look for it. And this is too cool for school. Times 2.
Supporting every flag that opposes Prussianism because it's called Prussia.
Glad I came here. This is something different for a change. But 2 families in one mansion.
Yes. This is a great display. This is Flagstaff events, Riordan events, and national. And they never took the coating off of this fireplace. And this is also something you won't see. This is petrified wood.
Yeah, now that's weird to me. I like the other better. It's good to have an original.
Yeah, that's exactly how it looks.
Mm.
Oh, cool.
This is like the museum end of the house. Everything's displayed in cases.
Great.
The tour's over.
Now this is a much more traditional
Nice
dining
lady.
room, not the big oval.
But
Those displays
I
are
couldn't
sitting
film
on
her.
the leaves to this
That's
table.
okay.
And this is this room
I love
set
that
up for
stained
wedding
glass over
bread.
all the windows.
Wedding bread.
Pretty much everything is original in here.
So there's a little more.
As much as it can be. Original dishes, furniture, everything. The beds.
Flowers in the arch.
So this
That's what it looked like during some of the repair.
is it supposed to, what
This
they-
is before
Restoration.
invention.
Oh, wow.
This is where the Galaxy Diner and the Goodwill are. That's Tim and Caroline's house, and that's Michael and Elizabeth's house. This building is still there. That's Pioneer Title now. That used to be the mill office. This is old Route 60. Oh, no, that's all. And this is where.
When you think of Flagstaff, you don't think of stuff like this, do you? That's for ventilation to the upstairs. All the wood molding, big high ceilings, wallpaper. And those are actual negatives that were put onto the glass in some of the rooms. Pictures.
No. This was made by that
asked them, I go, how many visitors do you get? And they said quite a few. It's not super busy. But they said quite a few, especially in the summertime, people will stop. Wintertime, it's kind of slow up here. Definitely historians. That lady was an encyclopedia on this family. She's been coming here for like 30 years, researching and all that. About all the kids, grandkids, the amount of charity they did, giving back to the community, all of it. And look at this, you leave this park and you're right back in town. Weird, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm gonna go up here, pick up I-40, we're trucking west. Gonna cut over to Williams, spend the night, explore around Williams. That's part of the old Route 66 there in that town. Then after that, guess what? Mighty Grand Canyon, we're gonna truck up there for a day. Maybe even a night and a day. Gotta figure it out once I get to Williams. If I'm gonna stay up in this area for a couple days, keep exploring, why not? The journey continues. Heck, it never ends, does it? Talk soon.